Mandela. All right, next coming to the stage, he came a long way to be here just for you. All the way from Des Moines, Iowa, it's Matt Toomey. That's it. Matt Toomey.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here. It is 2022, December of 2022, so soon it'll be 2023. I mean, everything goes according to plan, of course. But yeah, 2023 is going to be the most science fiction sounding year we've had yet. You know, the old science fiction movies, they would be set in the future, so they would put a year on there, but they never set them very far in the future. So now we're living through all these years that those movies were set in, you know, 2006, 1999, 2014, and they would project in these movies, oh, the world is going to be so different. In the year 1998, we will be living in a much different world than we have today. Then it would describe all these ridiculous things, you know, like people would be driving electric cars and we'd be getting electricity from sunlight and wind. People would be carrying little computers around in their pocket and corporations would use them to track our movements and purchases. I mean, now we live in the future, we know those things are never going to happen. It's ridiculous, right? I'm pretty old. I'm trying to get used to living in the future as an old person. It feels kind of weird. I've always thought of myself as being young, but I'm old. I can tell you for sure I'm old. I can even show you how old I am. I brought something tonight to show you. This is my phone bill that I'm going to pay this weekend by putting this in the mail. Yeah, you know, you can still do that. I love the people who are my age that don't get that joke. Like, why is that funny? Sure, that's how you pay your phone bill, of course. I'm trying to get used to interacting with this phone that I have now. It sends me all these headlines. I don't really watch the news much anymore, so it's helpful to get the headlines, but sometimes they're confusing. Like on the headline, it'll always have each word with a capital letter in front. Now, you guys heard about this football player, Tua Tagovailoa?
Yep.
Yeah, he got a concussion in a game earlier this year, and when they get a concussion now, they have to be evaluated to see if they can go back in the game or if they have to take a week off or whatever. They let him right back in, and he got another concussion. So it was all this big controversy about the doctor who approved him to go back in the game. I got this headline on my phone that said, "Doctor who approved Tua Tagovailoa," you know. But when I read it, I thought it said, "Doctor Who approved Tua Tagovailoa to go back in." I was like, "Doctor Who? That's not even real. You can't let him decide who goes back in the game." If it's a time travel question, sure, you ask Doctor Who, but no, not for medical questions. Not at all. Also recently we had somebody fall into a volcano in Italy. Have you heard about this one? Sometimes when you hear the story, you think, oh, they're not being somber enough, but it turns out this person was fine. Which, honestly, I was kind of disappointed because they fell into Mount Vesuvius. And I think anybody who's taken a selfie and falls into Mount Vesuvius, that should trigger the apocalypse. Like, not only should they be dead, we should all be dead too. Like, the old gods should have come back and reclaimed their thrones. We should, it should have been a complete nightmare, but instead, they just got him out, fell on some shelf or something. And on that depressing note, I guess I'll take my leave. Thanks a lot, everybody. You've been great.
Matt Toomey.